So after we add annotation for the hospital list controller for each attributes of the columns that we link to the view hospital list, right, .xml, that we have all the columns added here. Then we also need to start to set the IDs, right? Now let's do that. So go to the table, and under code we need to let's go to table view first. We have to link this first, so we have to make sure our FX control is linked. It is linked. Oh, but there's an error on this code. So let's revise this code before we can link. So I'm going to comment this out first. Alright, so save the file and come back to this. There's no drop down yet. We can link inside the code, but let's verify that this is our fxml that we link. The name has to be matching. Alright, so controller initialize is done. Now get to how do we set the data. We have to go to our main where we start to load the data in, and we have to make that list into observable list in order to show this. Alright, so our test is in unit test, right? That's fine. We have the BST test, read Excel file test. This is the one. So it's under the test here. So this read Excel file here, actually this part should be loaded in the main. Main is let's see which one should be our main. We said after login, right, when the user passed, and we did that, right, when we run the application. When we log in the user, let's run the main. So let's say if I still remember my credential, which is CSC202, it's going to display the hospital, right, view, which is column. Now the hospital view is here. It's not wholly complete, so there's some errors going on that we have to fix. But this should be our main, where all the hospitals should be loaded here. So this is our main app, right? So for the hospital part, then whatever we have in the test here, technically going to be in that part where we call and load, right? And instantiate an object and put into, so this is the whole part. We instantiate all the object here, So we create a BST, we have the list, Excel loaded, instantiate object created, and put into the list. This is just to print out to show we don't need that part. So maybe test is working, this code, so we copy this part and put into our main, right? Our main. Let me just look at right here. So we could make a method to make it less confused, right? Public, right? Load hospital. Okay, so and this method is going to be called inside here, which is basically going to void. And first thing, you can load the view, you can load the hospital first, which is fine, either one, right? And it's going to do auto load here, which this one, we have to add exceptions, right? Let's do try catch. If there is a problem to load, let's just say we can do like error message here at this point, right? Now this is where the log, normally in the real application we put in log files system instead of doing the printout to console. Right, problem reading hospital list.xls file, something like that. Then we know the error is at that point. Maybe there's no such file, right? So we come back to this and add the attributes. To this one. Okay, so this should be created. The list is created by calling that. And now we have to link back to observable list, then we can push it into the list, right? Alright, so now let's look at, let's review the code for our person data here in the view, in the main technically, right? Our main here, we did the same thing. We construct an object and add into the list. But this one uses observable list, which we technically need an observable list too, because this is for the table view, right? It supports the table view. We can just use our BST for search. But to populate that, we need this. So we can create this. We copy this. And we're going to put it in, let's put side by side then. Alright, so we're going to create this right here. Person. We don't really need person. So this has to be hospital. So let's undo this a little bit. We don't need person. This has to be hospital. Alright, so we get a list. We need to do something like this, add other object to the list, which is the same here. Once we create an object, we're going to have to add into the list hospital data is the observable list. This is for the table view. Dot add hospital. Now it's the same like that being added. This is just show the view up. If we talk about the main view, we need something like this to get the data back. Then the controller can set that. We don't need person, we want to get the hospital back. So observer list of hospitals, return hospital data. So now we can get the hospital data back. Show. We may need to do the same for showing here. We're going to modify this view a little bit to map this. So this is show person overview. If we want to use the anchor pane, we can import it in. And this is the hospital, which is this .class.getResource, right? It's not the main anymore. Hospital list .xview.class, that's what it means. And this is going to be the fxml for the hospital, which hospital list Java fx. And this is going to be the controller, hospital list Java, hospital list controller, right here. Now we need to create a method set main app, or set, hospital app, I would call set hospital app, which is going to be in the controller right here. I'm going to name it set hospital app. And the main, technically, our main is actually the hospital list .fx view. That we pass this view in, and which is the same as we have to declare it right here. And I'm going to name it as hospital app. So we have hospital app. Right, so we pass just the app for the hospital in here. This hospital app. So we pass the hospital app in here. Hospital app. Instead of main, I call hospital app. And set person table is hospital table. So this is how we pretty much just get the data probably into table view of hospital.